Lately, I have been sentimental for a lot of reasons, but mostly it's because I'm entering my 10th year as a business owner. There have been plenty of ups and downs, but I am standing here proudly saying that I am a successful entrepreneur. But I'll be honest, what I'm saying here right now is the shiny, it's the retrospective, it is the icing on the proverbial cake. This is the pretty stuff I want entrepreneurs and business people to see. But getting here, standing in front of you today, has been very hard. I made mistakes in the past that I thought my business would never recover from. In retrospect, as painstaking as these experiences were, I wouldn't change them for the world. I didn't know how strong I was until I was desperate to survive. We don't know what we're capable of until life thrusts us to where we're supposed to be. But this made me ask, what if I lived my life this way? As if I had no other option but to move forward in spite of the hard times that I was facing. What if I stopped giving myself reasons or excuses or ways out of not having to deal with the struggle, the hurt, or the fear that mistakes often bring about? Having gone through a decade as an entrepreneur, I realized that I want to fight. I want to be uncomfortable because that's when I grow. Today, I'm going to talk about concrete academic studies that prove that success has little to do with being the best or the strongest or even the smartest. Success goes to those who hustle every time, all the time. A while ago, I came across a TED Talk by Angela Lee Duckworth, and she spent years studying what makes people successful. She was an inner city school district teacher, and she noticed a pattern with her students. And the pattern was this: normal predictors of success have little to do with actual success. So Angela set out to determine what makes people successful. Now, she studied cadets at West Point Academy, and she hypothesized who would last over the 5-year program. She studied rookie teachers in inner city school districts in a tough neighborhood, and she wanted to know who was going to make it through the first year. She also studied entrepreneurs and people in Fortune 500 companies, and she wanted to see who was going to climb the corporate ladder. Now, everything she thought would be significant indicators of success, like IQ, intelligence, good looks, economic status, they didn't really matter at all. So what makes a person successful? Angela answers, grit. So what is grit? Grit is the disposition of pursuing long-term goals with perseverance and passion. Basically, it's sticking to things over the long run and working hard. Her studies have shown that the grittier you are, the more likely you are to succeed. When I heard this, I let out an audible sigh of relief. My entire life, I have never been one to stick out. I wasn't the smartest or the fastest or ever the first person to be chosen for team play. No, none of this changed as I entered into adulthood and I realized that I didn't have a history with familial connections or wealth or even experience building my own business. For all intents and purposes, I had no reasons for anyone to think that I could be a success. Or at least that's how it appeared on the outside. Now, I didn't even know that I possessed grit. But after hearing Angela's definition, I realized that it was the one thing I knew I had. Now, Angela Duckworth states that grit is most prevalent in people who have failed and gotten up again. And failure, I knew failure well. We've been frenemies since childhood. I have grown accustomed to falling flat on my face and then finding a way to get up and keep going. I didn't have much, but I definitely had grit. Everything we've spoken about so far can be boiled down to one sentence. Pushing yourself and then getting up after disappointment is a thing that you must always do to be a success. Have you had failures with your business? Good. This means that you're finding your path to success if you continue pushing forward. I look forward to seeing your journey.